Ask and you shall receive. What's up, guys? Wave Report here with my first ever Marvel video for the Lore of Kombat Season 2. We're gonna get directly into it right after this awesome intro. Let's go. What's up, new viewers? Welcome to the channel. I have finally entered, after longly awaiting, the Marvel universe. So I'm going to be bringing you the Lore of Kombat from Marvel. This is amazing. Do me a favor, smash that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you can stay updated, because this is your brand new #1 and exclusive place for Marvel lore. So you are going to want to make sure you are a part of this. Now, my returning viewers, I truly appreciate. We got a little ahead of us. More content is coming for you guys. As for the new viewers, I would like to take time out to properly welcome you to my series called The Lore of Kombat Season 2, The Mythology of Storm. So we got a lot we're going to be getting in here today, I should say. So you want to stay tuned, get you some snacks, because this is going to be a long one. As you can tell, I don't cut stuff out, I don't edit it. You get the raw, authentic version of me, and that's what makes this so special. So with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about one of the best freaking superheroes ever across the board of Marvel, and possibly across the board of DC too. So enough talking, enough chit-chatting. Let me go ahead and hit this button so you can have something to watch while I talk, and let's get started, shall we? Okay, born Ororo Munroe, a tribal princess of Kenya and an African-American photojournalist father. Storm, for those of you that don't know, was raised in Harlem, y'all. I'm talking New York City, United States, and Cairo. Now, in Egypt, she was made an orphan after her parents were killed in the midst of a Arab-Israel conflict. That's what happened to her when she was a child. Now, an incident at the time that also traumatized Munroe, leaving her with claustrophobia. You know, claustrophobia that she would struggle with the rest of her life. Now, Storm is also a member of X-Men, a group of mutant heroes fighting for peace and equal rights between mutants and humans. Under the master thief and adolescence, Munroe became a skilled pickpocket. Now, she became a pickpocket, y'all. She did what she had to do, the means of which she met through coincidence the powerful mutant Professor X. Professor X later convinces Munroe to join the X-Men and use her abilities for a greater cause and purpose. He like, yo, what you doing out here? You could be saving the world, not pickpocketing people, especially me. Like, I put hands and feet on you, wheelchair or not. Now, possessing natural leadership skills and formidable powers of her own, Storm had led the X-Men at times and has been a member of teams such as the Avengers and the Fantastic Four as well. I would love to see Storm join the Avengers on TV and the movies. That would be just huge. And the Fantastic Four. Now, for those of you who don't know, created during the Bronze Age of comic books, Storm is the first major female character of African descent in comics. That's why she's my favorite. Now, she is regarded by some as being Marvel Comics' most important female superhero, having drawn favorable comparison to DC's comics' most famous female, you know, Wonder Woman. Now, with that being said, when Marvel and DC Comics published a, what was it called? A DC versus Marvel miniseries, y'all. This was back in like 1996. Storm was pitted against Wonder Woman in a 1-1 battle and emerged victorious after putting hands and feet on Wonder Woman. Now, she did win the popular vote amongst the readers, but Storm is also part of the higher profile romantic relationships in all comics, having married childhood sweetheart and fellow superhero Black Panther. Man, when I tell you Storm out here, she got one of the coldest dudes in the game. Black Panther and Storm, man, you can't think of another black representation couple ever. Now, the ruler of the fictional African nation of Wakanda. Munroe was made queen consort through marriage. Now, the title was lost, however, when the two later divorced, Storm also holds a close relationship with, female ninja Yuku. While the character's relationship, I should say, was originally conceived of a romance, it was regulated to subtext after Marvel Comics editor-in-chief Jim Shooter mandated that no same-gender couples could be depicted in comics during his tenure at the company. So he was like, yo, y'all need to get that Fruity Pebbles stuff up out of here. Ain't nobody doing this on my watch. So that's basically where he was with that. Now, I will have you know this, Storm is one of the most prominent characters in the X-Men series, having appeared in various forms of media related to the franchise. I'm talking about shorty was in animations, televisions, video games, and series of films. Like, the character was first portrayed in live action, y'all, by Halle Berry in 2000. Who remember that movie X-Men in 2000? She did a really good job, but she also returned to portray the role in X2, and X-Men Last Stand, and X-Men Days of Future Past. Now, the younger version of Storm, for those of you that care, she was played by, what was her name? Alexandra Shipp. Yeah, she was played by Alexandra Shipp in 2016 film, which was called X-Men Apocalypse. Now, Shipp did have a cameo in Deadpool 2 and reprised her role in the 2019 film X-Men Dark Phoenix in 2011. Storm was ranked number 42 by IGN's top 100 comic book heroes list. So that's basically what that was when it came to Storm. Like, I'm telling you, she really a whole stepper out here. That's what she is. But I will tell you this, Storm is, if we're going to talk about her powers, let's move into powers. Storm is one of the most powerful mutants on Earth and has demonstrated a plethora of abilities, most of which are faces of her power to manipulate the weather. Storm possesses the ability to control all forms of weather. I'm talking about over vast areas, y'all. She has been able to control both earthly and extraterrestrial ecosystems. That is extremely powerful. Ain't nobody touching her out here. I'm telling you, she can modify the temperature of the environment, control all forms of precipitation, humidity, moisture, and at a molecular level also. Jesus Christ. Generate lightning and other electromagnetic atmospheric phenomena. She cold out here. She also has demonstrated excellent control over pressure. She can control atmospheric pressure. That is unheard of. Like, she really controls all forms of weather. She also can incite all forms of meteorological tempests too, such as tornadoes, thunderstorms, blizzards, and hurricanes, as well as mists. She can dissipate such weather to form clear skies as well. Now, her precise control over the atmosphere allows her to create special weather effects. She can create like lower altitudes, higher altitudes, more than normal. She can make whirlwinds, travel pointing in any direction, channel ambient electromagnetism through her body to generate electrical blasts, flash, freeze objects and people, atmospheric pollutants into acid rain or toxic fog. Like, she's a whole god out here. That's just no other way to explain it. She a god. And along with her natural ability of flight, summoning wind currents strong enough to support her weight to elevate herself or others to fly at high altitudes and speed. I'm talking about her control so great, y'all, that she can even manipulate the air in a person's lungs. She can also control the pressure inside the human's inner ear, an ability she uses to cause intense pain. Like, who else doing that out here? She can also bend light using moisture in the air and her manipulation of mist and fog to appear partially transparent. And in later comics, she was nearly almost invisible. Now, she did demonstrate the ability to control natural forces that include cosmic storms, solar winds, ocean currents, and the electromagnetic field. She has demonstrated the ability to separate water molecules into oxygen and hydrogen via electrolysis, allowing her to breathe underwater. Like, she's one of the best characters in Marvel. I don't care what nobody say. Miss Marvel got nothing on her. Now, when she manipulate those things, that allows her to breathe underwater. While in outer space, she is able to affect and manipulate the interstellar and intergalactic media. Storm can alter her visual perception so as to see the universe in terms of energy patterns, detecting the flow of kinetic, thermal, and electromagnetic energy behind weather phenomena, and can bend the energy to her will. Now, Storm has been shown to be sensitive to the dynamics of the natural world, and her powers over the weather are affected by her emotions. One consequence of this connection to nature, y'all, is that she often suppresses extreme feelings to prevent her emotional state from resulting in violent weather. You do not want to piss her off. It's gonna be a rainy day for you, literally. She did once sense a disease and dying tree on the X Mansion's ground, detected objects within various atmospheric mediums, including water, and sensed the incorrect motion of a hurricane in the northern hemisphere and the gravitational stress on the tides by the moon and sun, as well as the distortion of a planet's magnetosphere, point intended. Storm can view the Earth as weather patterns and is able to precisely recognize her geographic position through interpretations of these patterns. Storm's mutant abilities are limited by her willpower and the strength of her body. Sentinels has considered Storm an Omega level mutant on one occasion, meaning that she is a mega threat. Don't matter who you are, she gonna lay you down for sure. That's just how she is. Now that we got into her powers, which was basically her strengths, let's go ahead and get into some of her weaknesses. Now, even though I just went over this part, I'm gonna point it out and then go back over this part because it probably went over some of you guys' heads. So I'm gonna sum it up real quick. Her weakness is claustrophobia. Now, having been trapped under rubble for 3 days in Cairo while her mother lay dying, Storm's claustrophobia was once so severe it rendered her completely helpless. However, she has more or less conquered her fear through tight spaces. She still it still make her uncomfortable, basically. Now, flashbacks still attack her when she's in enclosed locations. Now, emotional influence. Storm's ability to manipulate the weather in her immediate vicinity is affected by her emotions. Hence, y'all, if she does not maintain control, I'm talking about the world is going to be Armageddon out here for real. A fit of rage might induce a destructive storm. As a result, Storm has in the past kept a tight rein on all extreme emotions. Now, when it comes to her physical condition, Storm is limited by the force of her will and the strength of her body. It only took her several hours to put an end to a savage blizzard sweeping over much of Canada, and she nearly killed herself from exhaustion in the process, by her being able to manipulate weather. Now, naturally occurring limitations. Storm respects the natural boundaries of the planet's biosphere and manipulates weather patterns as they naturally exist. For example, y'all, she could end a drought in one area by creating torrential rains there, but that would necessitate robbing all available moisture from the surrounding area. In contrast, Storm, whose weather affecting ability is magical, can change the weather in one area without disrupting existing weather patterns anywhere else. Storm does not typically create atmospheric conditions that cannot exist naturally on the planet she is on. She could not, for example, lower temperatures as far as absolute zero or raise them to solar intensities. However, when the situation has called for it, Storm has created natural and unnatural phenomena which does not exist on Earth, such as the atmospheric pressure, a massive tornado that reaches to the upper atmosphere of the planet, or when she superheated plasma. Remember that, right? So that's basically that on there. When I tell you Storm she's amazing. I just can't wait to see some other things that's gonna happen with her as the story progresses, and rumor has it we could be getting a NetherRealm Marvel fighting game. That would be amazing. And if you're in the NetherRealm, be sure to check out the other videos on my channel, the Lore of Combat Season 1 about Mortal Kombat fighters, which I will continue along with Season 2. There's a lot of great content on this channel, so just have a look around and you'll find a lot of things you enjoy. So let me go ahead and give you some fun facts. Now, fun fact number 1, Storm is best friends with Jean Grey, for those of y'all that don't know. Number 2, there's a possibility that Storm is the grandmother of Bishop, as it was shown in the X-Men, The Times and Life of Lucas Bishop. This, I'm talking about number 3. Bishop's grandmother and Storm were drawing remarkably similar, and Bishop's grandmother also appears to have a rather intimate knowledge of the X-Men's history, something only a member of the X-Men would know. So I'm telling you, she more than likely is his grandmother. Now, number 3, or number 4 I should say, Storm was the third mutant that Professor X met before founding the X-Men, the first being Magneto, followed by Sage. Storm had stated to be a possible Omega level mutant on some occasions. That's because she is. When you can control the atmosphere of the Earth, you're dangerous, you're a bad person, you bad with that one. Now, Storm was also considered Omega level mutant by the Sentinel Squad. Even they said she was Omega level. That's just top notch right there. Now, she was stated to be in the elite class of mutants with Omega level potential. That's what everybody's listing her as. Now, using the character for an arc of X-Men Volume 4, which was by G. Willow Wilson, stated in an interview that Storm was an Omega mutant. So all the rumors has been cleared when he came out and stated she was Omega. For those of you who don't know what Omega is, it's the highest level of mutiny that you can reach. Now, Tom Brevoort stated that we've never seen any evidence to indicate that Storm is Omega level mutant. That was in December 2014. But as I said, G. Willow came out and he did his interview. So they basically just going back and forth over some nonsense. With these type of powers, we know she Omega. Now, Storm's white hair apparently isn't a mutation, but a part of her genetic legacy, as X-Men Declassified states that born with white hair and blue eyes, genetic mutation would not manifest until she reaches adolescence. Now, Storm is a worshipper of Gia. When it comes to her relationships, check this out. She lost her virginity to Black Panther, my boy T'Challa, at the age of 12. Yes, 12 years old, y'all. Now, she was formerly in a relationship with Forge. Now, she also was in a relationship with Wolverine until he died. But Storm did end up marrying the Black Panther. You know, rest in peace to him. She did end up marrying him. So with that being said, I could say she is definitely one of the top characters, especially by her being African American. She is one of the highest, most notable superheroes, especially by her being black. That was a big deal back in the day, having black representation in comic books as well as long females. Now you can see that this trend is definitely continuing by Batwoman 2.0, which is played by Javicia Leslie. She is the first black Batwoman to join. You know, she's the first black person in the Bat family, I should say. And now we also have Batwing, which is a black man too. So it's good that our people are finally getting some representation, African Americans, especially after the years of the things that we've dealt with. And I'm just gonna leave that there. So now that we got her relationships out of the way, I just wanted to give you some of those things. Let's talk about the awards that she got. Now, for the Glyph Comic Award in 2007, Storm was the most successful comic and was the winner for the best comic of the year. That was by Eric Jerome Dickey. Y'all remember Jerome Dickey, David Yardin, and Lan Medina, and Sean, all of them, they basically won that. That was in the Comics Buyer's Guide. Now, Storm did rank number 30 of the 100 sexiest women alive in comic. Storm was also ranked the 89th greatest comic book character of all time by Wizard magazine. That was in 2011. Man, 2011 was that year. I'll tell you, that's before when stuff right before stuff started getting bad, before 2012 came and that whole timeline change of the world ending and all that other stuff we went through, which led to a Mandela effect. But that's another story for another video. Now, Storm was first place in rank on Comic Vine Best Superhero of the Year and was stated to be one of the bravest and strongest women of all time by Marvel Studios, and was placed as the number 8 of Best X-Men on IGN. So Storm was definitely a huge success, and she really paved the way for a lot of female superheroes, and she, well, I should say, of representation. She paved the way for a lot of representation, which was fantastic across the board. And I just want to go ahead and touch on this real quick. If NetherRealm ever decides to make a Mortal Kombat game, then you already know who one of my who's gonna be my main character. You'll know that already, which is Storm. So I just want to point this out real quick. I will be doing more Marvel content. If you guys feel like you would like to submit some content, you also can do that. You can submit by leaving a comment in the section, leaving a comment in the section below, letting me know which character you would like to see me do next. Now, before I get y'all up out of here, let me tell you a couple of names that Storm has. Like, she has so many alias names. From the top of my head, I could remember her being called, what was it? Give me 1 second. Beautiful Windrider. She was called Emma Frost when she got mind swapped. She's a goddess of course. An ancient alchemite, horseman of life, Rain Storm, which was the French title, mistress of elements, all types of stuff. And her name was Ororo T'Challa. That's from when she got married to Black Panther, or whatever the case was. And of course, she was a part of the Wakandans from the Wakandan title. Princess of Endor, Queen Oro of Wakanda, Sister Voodoo, like Weather Witch, Sword, White Queen. Like, she had so many names. And one of her favorite quotes was this: "The true measure of life is in the living. It isn't a series of do-overs and restarts. It's fighting for what you have, what you believe in. It's fighting for who you are. I am a mutant. I am a goddess, and I want to live." That was her thing right there, you know. So very, very, very inspirational on her behalf. Now, do me a favor. If you enjoyed this video, I would love for you to smash that subscribe button, turn on post notifications, and be sure to share this video anywhere that you can get it, so we can boost this community up and bring in some more of them Marvel fans. Don't worry, as you can see the content that I have here on the screen, these videos will be well put together with a lot of detail. Now, if you would like to see me make an extended version of this video, a 1 hour long backstory on her, I'm willing to do that too. But you guys need to let me know, and you only can do that by smashing that like button. Get this video to 1,000 likes, and I will most certainly be making that video for you. All right, so let's go ahead and move on into the next thing. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the part where she actually led the X-Men. Yes, she led the X-Men. That's how dope. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start here and go down memory lane. Now, after serving with the team for many years, Storm was appointed the leader of the team following the departure of the former leader, which was Cyclops, my boy Cyclops. Now, after the apparent death of Jean Grey, Storm was initially unsure about her new role, but with the support of her teammates, she soon became a capable leader. Storm began her friendship with Kitty first by christening Kitty with her first code name, Spirit, and even took her dancing at Stevie Hunter's studio. You know, she took her out dancing, helped her with her nickname, things of that nature, that type of stuff. But when Cyclops eventually returned to the team, Storm found herself doubting her leadership abilities once more after a mission she led went wrong. However, Storm soon asserted her position, reminding Cyclops that she was the team leader. She was like, you better pipe down. I'm leading. You had your chance. You left. Don't come back and try to tell me how to run stuff. Now, after sensing that Achmed was in danger, Storm, the X-Men, and the Fantastic Four aided him in battling the Badoons. Storm and Achmed admitted their love for each other, but decided that their responsibilities were more important. Now, later, Emma Frost switched bodies with Storm while Sentinels attacked the X-Men after using Emma's telepathy. Storm was able to gain her body back during a coup. Storm helped Cyclops and his father defeat the Cittery and then battled the Brood, Deathbird, Admiral, and Sabandar to restore Lendaria to the throne. Now, after battling in a duel between the Grandmaster of Death, Storm with Wolverine infiltrated the Pentagon to destroy the files on the X-Men they knew Fred Duncan, his little sneaky ass, had, and there she first met and battled Rogue. Later, Storm was attacked and hospitalized, only to find that Dracula wanted her for his bride. With the help of Kitty and the X-Men, Storm shed his influence. So there's a lot of shadiness going on out there, basically. And the fact that Dracula wanted her to be his bride, that part just behooves me every time. Simple as that. Now, the X-Men went out of their way to protect. That was their whole thing. And by Storm being the leader right after Cyclops, that was just a dope thing to see too, because it showed that she was able to be a leader. Now, X-Men were sent to the Savage Land after Angel called and asked for assistance. In the Savage Land, the X-Men were captured by Sauron and Zeladin and rescued by Angel and Khazar. Later, the X-Men went to Limbo, where they battled Belasco and were aided by a future version of Storm that was left in Limbo and trained in magic. Later, in retaliation, the X-Men were captured and taken into space by the insectoid alien race known as the Brood. Storm, she basically fought back, but her power flared out of control. The X-Men discovered that they had been implanted with a brood egg that would hatch and transform them into other aliens. Not wanting to unleash such an evil in the world, Storm attempted to commit suicide. She was like, man, I'm about to end everything, by channeling all of the surrounding stellar energy into her own body, destroying the Brood's embryo, but leaving her drifting unprotected in space. Storm would have died in the vacuum had it not been for a member of the Akanti, a race of spacefaring whale-like creatures that had been enslaved by the Brood. The Akanti that saved Storm was revealed to be the caretaker of the souls of his entire race. Now, he took care of their entire race, who, might I add, had lost his mother to the Brood and needed guidance. Now, Storm did agree to let her consciousness guide them. While this, it healed her damaged body, and after the Brood was defeated, a restored Storm returned home with the X-Men. The X-Men returned home to battle the Brood Queen that was inside of Professor Xavier and saved his life by transplanting his mind into a cloned body. After Professor X had a televised debate with William Stryker, Storm and Scott were kidnapped by the Purifiers. It's a lot of kidnapping going on, dog. They just love kidnapping each other. Now, while in captivity, Storm and Scott were tortured and hooked to machines operated by Dr. Philip Ramsey that transferred their pain to Professor X, and Professor X was brainwashed. He fired mental bolts at Storm and Scotty, seemingly killing them, but Magneto and the X-Men rescued them, and Magneto resuscitated them. Professor X was taken to Madison Square Garden, where he was attached to a machine, y'all, that was using his brain power that would kill all living mutants. Magneto, with his Psy-Shield helmet, was able to distract the professor enough for the X-Men to destroy the machine. Televised Cyclops enter into a debate with Stryker about his actions, and Stryker pulled a gun attempting to kill Kitty. Before he could fire, Stryker was shot down by a police officer Later at the mansion, Professor admitted that Magneto was right and began to accept his offer to join until Scott stopped him and stated that he believed in the Professor's dream and will see it come true. Now, after sensing Dracula's summons, Storm went to face him again. Storm was commanded to steal the formula and was opposed by a possessed Kitty and Colossus. With the aid of the X-Men, Dracula was defeated. So she lived a long and luxurious life. I mean, she's still kicking it to this day, but as you can see, she ain't nothing to play with. And we already saw that she put hands and feet on Wonder Woman. That's what happened, and that's history right there. So for all y'all out there saying Wonder Woman can beat Storm in a fight, no, she cannot. No, she put hands and feet on that woman. Simple as that. Y'all do not want those problems when it comes to Storm. It's not gonna be no fair fight. It's literally gonna be raining outside for your funeral. She controls the weather. Wonder Woman does not control the weather at all. She don't have a stand. She do not have a chance at all. She don't have a stand and she don't have a chance. She will lay you down. Simple as that. Now, there was a time where Storm was powerless. You know, she had her powers accidentally neutralized. That was by Henry, because he invented this gun. He had this gun. It was invented by the mutant mechanics, and Forge was the one who used the gun, who took it upon himself to nurse Storm back to health. How you gonna nurse somebody back to health and you the reason they are the way that they are? Now, Forge is the dude, let me clear this up, that invented the gun, and he used it on her. Basically, he liked her and got her to fall in love with him. So basically, Storm and Forge fell in love, but their relationship was cut short after Storm learned Forge had created the device that stripped her of her powers. Later, that was just discovered, and she was like, you know what? I'm out of here. Can't deal with it. You're a liar. You set me up. You basically manipulated me. Those type of things. So that's basically what happened with that. Now, of course, you heard me talk about Storm's powers. Well, instead of talking about her powers, I thought it would be an extremely good idea to show you some of her powers in motion. So what I'm getting ready to do here, I'm about to put a video on your screen, and I want you to watch it in its entirety so you can see exactly what Storm can do with her powers. Now, this is just some of her powers, but when I tell you Shorty is she OP, she is extremely OP with her powers. If I had beef with anybody, it would not be Storm. I tell you that much now. If I'm walking down the street and she slapped my girl on the butt, I'm gonna get mad at my girl for getting slapped on the butt. Like, we not going against Storm. I love Sunny Days and a whole bunch of other stuff. That's just, it is what it is. So let me stop yip yapping, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this video on the screen, which is gonna display all of her powers and fight scenes. Now, most of you may be familiar with this show. It's called X-Men Evolution. Hopefully you are. Check this out, and I'll be right back with you to send you on your way.
Storm?
Yes, Professor?
I wonder if you could audition someone for me. Yes.
But you won't get past me! Testing me, All right then. It's time you remembered why they call me Storm!
Moving too slow. Spread a little more sunshine, would you?
I'm a weather witch, not a snowplow. I'm doing the best I can. No! This is not the place for your private war! Well, look what the cat dragged in. Give up and I'll make this quick, Windrider. I don't know why you have chosen to attack me. And in truth, I don't much care. This is my home, and you are not welcome here.
Coming through!
Go! Time's up.
I'm on it!
Hard. Evan, no! Stay back! Jean! Now! I cannot hold it back for long! Stay back! Stay back! Evan, wait! Leave me alone! You want my powers, Hungan? Here's more than you can handle!
Storm! No! Remember the professor!
Hey!
Oh, sorry, Storm. I'm just, distracted.
What is she doing?
Diluting it! Better find shelter!
Where's Evan? Rogue, I'm sorry, but I can't let you hurt any more people.
We've been found out.
And that Thunderhead looks pretty angry.
I'll get her.
Visibility is getting worse by the second. Storm, can you clear the way?
The weather?
Meet my family.
Your mission is to get your team across the river and claim the flag.
Just like I told you, she is extremely powerful. Did you see some of that amazing power she was able to display? And as you see, I threw a little Easter egg in there for you, Wonder Woman versus Storm. Just a little something for y'all to watch. But yeah, that's basically brings us to the end of this video. But I did want to say, I apologize if I butchered some of the names for your favorite people. I can't remember them, the pronunciation directly off the top of my head, but I will make sure that I take extra precaution to make the future Marvel videos as near perfect as possible. So there's no need for you guys to start a riot in the comment section. I am aware, and I will be fixing a lot of things going forward. But I want to pass this question off to you guys in the comment section below. Did you enjoy this video? Did you learn anything from this video? Was it informative? Your feedback is extremely important because it's what's going to make me a better YouTuber. So please keep the hate comments to yourself and the negative comments to yourself. If you want to provide some constructive criticism, I'm willing to take that. So that way I can provide the best content possible for you. Again, this is my first Marvel video ever. And I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty exciting. I'm super excited to read the comments to see what you guys think about it. I'm also looking to branch off into some DC lore also. So if that's something you want to see, I definitely want you to get in the comment section and make that known too. Now, again, if you're new to my channel, this is your first time watching, I strongly suggest that you smash that subscribe button and turn on post notifications, as this will be your new favorite location to visit for Mortal Kombat. I've been doing Mortal Kombat so long, you still can get your Mortal Kombat content here, but This will be your new location for Marvel content also, as well as Mortal Kombat. I'm looking to expand. I'm looking to get into the DC universe, and I'm trying to pick up some extra ships for this channel. So if you're going to support that, it would be greatly appreciated. Now, I've already taken up 45 minutes of your life that you can not and will not ever get back. So hopefully you enjoyed this content. If not, eat a fat one. Until next time, I will see you wonderful people later. Go ahead and drop my outro.